Okay, so this last video is going to be a brief introduction as to how to make pages for our blog. Now we're starting from the dashboard again, and we're going to go to the navigation on the left side and go to the Pages tab. When you go to this tab, very obviously, you're just going to click New Page, but now you have two options. One is to make a blank page, another is for web address. The web address option is really there to allow you to put a link to a totally different website, whereas blank page is there for you to create a new section of your website or your blog. So we're going to do this and make a blank page. Now I'm going to give this page the title of Meeting Times for our blog workshop, and I'm going to put for now that we meet on every Thursday at 7:30 a.m. in room 341. Now this page looks just like making a post, and the page is essentially the same thing. So I'm ready to publish it. I could also go back and add pictures and videos and whatnot, but I'm going to publish for now. And it is now in my list of pages. Just like if I was on the posts page, I have a list of posts. It's laid out a little differently, and part of the reason for that is that we're not meant to have tons and tons of pages. Pages are a bit more infrequent than posts. These are meant to be a static portion of your page that will be there and won't really change very much. Whereas posts should be continually created as time goes on. You should always have new posts, whereas your pages pretty much stay the same, but with minor adjustments as you go. So let's look at our blog and check out this new edition of Meeting Times. And we're going to have a problem. So when I click on View Blog, we look at it, it doesn't look any different than it did. So let's refresh and see if it just needs to load. And still, I don't see Meeting Times anywhere on this page. At the very bottom, there's a link to go back to the home, but nothing for the new one we just created. Now, there's a very simple explanation for that. If we go back to our dashboard, one of the options we have here is how to show the pages. And right now we have it marked as Don't Show. You may ask, what would be the purpose for having this? If I wanted to have a page of my blog that was only accessible by knowing it exists or knowing the link, I would say, don't show this page, but give me the ability to link to it. So if I were to, for instance, go to my Meeting Times page, I could now copy this URL and send it to people so they could go here. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is say, show. And we have some options. We could do it as top tabs across the top of our page, or side links along the side of our page. Let's do side links, for instance. When I hit Save Arrangement and go back to our blog and refresh, I now get a list of the pages for my blog, which I can navigate to. Now, a page is basically the same as a post, like I already said, except that this is meant to kind of stay here. It's not really going to change much. So the information that's here will remain. People can still comment on it, but it will always be a really easy link. It'll be a really easy portion of the page to get to. Whereas my posts, ones that have happened a long time ago, I might need to scroll down to find or go into the archive to find. Now, one last little thing I want to show you about pages is this arrangement feature. I can click and drag these to reorder them. And I can click and drag to move this up or move it down. And I can save that arrangement. And it should put my Meeting Times now as my first option. So now it's above home. And you say, well, that's not really interesting. Over here, I don't really like this actual navigation for pages. What I like to do is have it up top as tabs across the top. There's two ways to do that. We can show them as top tabs, or go into the layout portion of our dashboard and take our pages, which is considered a gadget, and we'll talk more about how this layout works, and I can drag these pages, this pages gadget, from the side up to the top of my blog, save this arrangement, and if I go back to my blog and update it, I now have my pages as tabs across the top. Now, again, we will go into working with the layout a lot more detail in some of the next videos, but that is it for now.